Hey guys, I came back home today and I saw something kind of surprising. And that is Bitcoin fell by almost 12% today. Ethereum dropped 15%. And if we go down the list, we'll essentially see a wall of red. A lot of cryptocurrencies are just dropping in value. And I really want to talk to all cryptocurrency owners, especially owners of Dash, which I made a video of this morning, to really stay calm during this time. Something kind of fishy is afloat here. We see a lot of market capital moving away from Bitcoin. I've talked about this in my previous video that Bitcoin has a huge market capital. It takes more than 80% of the market alone. And dropping 12% means almost more than $1 billion left the Bitcoin market. And that's a very significant figure. That's bigger than the market capital of Dash, actually. And it's more than like 20-30% of Ethereum. So with that, Bitcoin, the juggernaut, has fallen. And that presents a really scary time for all of us. And to make matters worse, and to make matters quite fishy, there's some other news going on today that's kind of interesting. One is that Poloniex kind of is suffering a denial of service attack. So if you look at their Twitter page, it says they're currently under heavy DDoS attack, mitigating rather. This rings alarm bell. So this is an intentional attack on a trade system. And that might mean some guy or a group of people are planning to manipulate the market for their own gain. And with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, it's actually still relatively easy to do. The market capital is not that big. If you're an institution owner and you can kind of work with someone or work with some group of people, you can strongly manipulate the market. So whilst I did say that, these alter currencies, especially Ethereum and Dash, I've been hearing a lot of news, Dash is a new thing, Dash is great. It is great. The technology behind it is amazing. But you got to keep in mind, innovation doesn't take over the market overnight. If you think about it, Amazon wasn't built overnight. It took tens of years to convince people that buying online is safe. And that's going to take a long time for Dash too. And you guys got to keep that in mind. Yes, Dash is in a boom right now. That's great. It's the only kind of top 3 currency that's growing today. But market manipulations are good. It's huge, and it will be huge, especially with cryptocurrencies. Even if just a large institution just moves 10% of their assets away from Dash, you're gonna see a huge drop or increase in Dash. And one thing to remind yourself is never trade more than you can lose. I was talking to people on the Slack channel today, and they were wondering if they should invest more in Dash or more in Ethereum currency. Never ever invest more than you can lose. That's simple as that. Because tomorrow it might just drop. The public might freak out. It's very, very commonplace. And I think if you're going for the long run, which I am for sure, I know cryptocurrency is great and the technology behind it is great, but it's gonna go through lots of ups and downs. There's just no disputing that. Amazon went through lots of ups and downs. So guys, there is definitely something fishy here going on today. There's hacker attacks. There's also a lot of news I've been reading. You can see things with the Chinese regulations coming in again. I'm actually personally invested in BTCC, which is based in China as well. I got funds there and I can't draw them out. So things like that is scary, and it might freak certain individuals, especially the large players, out, and they might either put more money in or take more money out. It really depends. It might skyrocket tomorrow again, and this might be nothing, or it might just drop. Another thing is, of course, the Bitcoin drama. So a lot of people have been kind of dragged into this. And the essence of this is that Bitcoin is having a huge dispute within its community of how to, keep on going. Can it keep on going at this rate? Whether they should adopt some drastic new changes. And if they do adopt this is kind of something that came on today. There might be something called a hard fork, and it might create two currencies. It might create a Bitcoin Unlimited and a Bitcoin Core. And this is really scary for the public. When I first came back into the mining and back into cryptocurrencies, I was just so surprised at how much kind of jargon there is clouding this. And you guys have to remember, yes, there's a lot of technology, there's a lot of great technology here, but the public doesn't really realize that, and the public dictates the price of the market. So if you guys are trading, I do recommend at this current period of time, you don't spend more than you can lose, especially if you're margin trading. The market is very volatile. You can definitely make a lot of money from this, but you can also lose a lot of money. In fact, you can lose all your money. So be careful. As someone who's been through ups and downs, I've lost a lot of money on Ether in the past when I was using a 5 times leverage, just because for a split second, Ether's price just dropped by almost 40%, and it recovered the next hour. But because I was on a margin, they forced a margin call and sold all my Ether at a very, very low rate. One thing I gotta say with all news, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, especially concerning the Bitcoin exchanges. Not that I don't trust them, but when things are volatile, they're the winners. Regardless of whether it goes up or down, they're the winners. So they might even create news that is for their own personal gain. So you gotta keep that in mind when you're trading. Just keep calm. That's what I'm gonna say. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys can trade safely and with a kind of a calm, calculated mind. Thanks for watching.